Three, two, one, action. Hello and welcome back to some more lessons with Mr. D. I hope you enjoyed the first two, if you've done them already. If you haven't, not a problem. This whole program is designed so you can do these lessons all in one go. Today, tomorrow, in a week from now, start them today, finish them tomorrow. Completely up to you. Some minor glitches, I think, with the program. I think some of the video paused, or you can still hear me speaking. Don't worry about that. I'll get better as the weeks go on. And any long pauses when I disappear for things, either just skip it or go make yourself a cup of tea or have a biscuit. Hopefully today's ones are a little bit more smoother. Anyway, yeah, let's do another bit of a math session. Like I said, this is all recap again, so I apologise if it might seem a little bit basic, or you can do it straight away. Not a problem. It's easy for you. We're going to go through all the four functions this week. So we've done addition. Hopefully you've had a go at some adding of three-digit numbers. We're going to do some subtraction. Look at the methods around subtraction. A little bit more complicated, but once you've got it, it's fairly easy. Again, I would probably start right now by doing yourself a bit of times table practice or a bit of hit the button. Let's see if I've still got hit the button logged on. Yeah, I'll have another go. See if I can beat my high score of 19. The only way I can do that is if I keep practicing. What we're doing, my 4 times table. Right, 19 is the score to beat. Do you think we can do it 4 times 4? Yes. Yes. 12 times 4 is easy. 44, 48. 4, 8, 12. 1, 4 is 4. 4, 8, 12. 40. Try and remember, because it keeps repeating the same one, so try and remember, don't try and work it out. Once you've done 2 times 4 and you know it's 8, it's always 8. 2 times 4 is always going to be 8. A couple of these ones, like 5 times 4 and 10 times 4, they're really, really easy. That 12 times 4 has come up loads of times. 11 times 4, that pattern of 44, 4, 8, 12. A bit slow on that one. 20, am I going to beat my high score? Just. Super, yeah. So I beat my high score because I'm practicing. 22. Who can beat me? Who can get a better score? 22. It is 4 times table, up to 12. 1 minute. Current high score is 22. Take a screenshot. Send me in your answers and we'll try and get a little leaderboard set up. Super duper. Let's do a bit of mental maths as well. I'll throw up the questions. We've done those ones yesterday. Here are the answers. If you weren't too sure, I will go through the answers. That's one thing I didn't do yesterday with the main task. I will put the answers on for you as well. I just don't want you guys to cheat and skip ahead. Right. Day 2. Here are your questions. It does say year 4, don't worry too much. I'm kind of doing this for a range of abilities in children. So some things might be easier, some things might be more trickier. Hopefully there's something here that's a bit trickier. Right, have a go at these. Remember, triangle means have a go mentally. So that means try in your head without anything written down. The square means try a written method, and it's not because you can't work out in your head, it's because it's actually a lot easier to do these sorts of sums with a written method, because the numbers are just too big and it's hard to work in your head. Alright, have a go with that. You can pause the screen now. And I will copy this over and we'll have a go. Might be a bit louder in the house today, I do apologise. Obviously Nora's wide awake. I've still put it up here. I know you probably can't see it because I'm in the way. But I'll write the questions out and I'll show you them again. Again, I don't know if that's going. This screen here is just the screen I'm working on. I might just check it every once in a while, check it's all working. That's just my program to do these videos. Right then. Look, these two here should be easy because you should have practiced column addition. So hopefully those two seem really easy. Let's start with A in our head. 467 adding 4. So again, you should quite easily be able to partition that. 400, 6, 10, 7 ones. We're adding 4, so we're adding on 4, and 4 is just 4 ones. So we don't necessarily need to hold this whole number in our head. We can maybe just add the ones and then see if we need to do any regrouping. Just looking at it, I probably will need to do some regrouping because 7 add 4 is going to be bigger than 10. What is 7 add 4? If I do my 1, 7 add 4, or 7 add 3 is 10, so 7 add 4 is 11. So I can't have 460, 11, not a number. So that 11 means I've regrouped 4 add 7. Equals 11. That means I've got 1, 1, and 1, 10. And I can regroup that 10 and add it to my 10. So I don't have 60 anymore. I now have 70. 471. Super. Let's do B and C. They should be really easy because we should we should have practiced this from yesterday's lesson, or from the last lesson. You didn't have to do it yesterday. You could have done it whenever. Again, 2 3-digit numbers. So I'm gonna maybe label my columns just to make sure I put everything in the right place. I've got 642, and I'm adding 339. I'll try and do an expanding method as well for you guys if that's what you've been doing. I always forget to put my symbol, so make sure you guys always put your symbol down. Right, start with the ones. 2, add 9. Well, let's do an expanding method over here. And I'll do the other method around the side. 2 add 9 is 11. 9, 10, 11. Then I'll just do the whole expanded method, then I'll do the whole column method. Then I've got my 10s, 40 add 30, because I tripped myself up yesterday trying to do them both alongside each other. Hopefully this makes a bit more sense. 30 add 40 equals, well, if I can do 3 more 10s, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then 300 add 600. Equals 900. Again, trying to keep my columns, so then all I need to do is add all these up. 1 add nothing is 1. 10 add 70 is 80. And 900 add nothing is 981. So that's your expanded method where you do every little part on its own. You take each column separately and then add it up at the end. Column method, you can do all of that in one go. 2 add 9 is 11. I can't put 11 in my ones, but I can put 1 there, and I can regroup the 10 and put it in the 10s. 40 add 30 is 70, but I've got another 10 over here, so that's 80. 600 add 300 is 900. Nothing to regroup there, and nothing to regroup here. Super, both are right. That means I've probably got the right answer. Next, bigger my best how to do this quicker. C was 363 add 475. Again, I'm writing with a mouse, so I might try and invest and get one of those pens. My screen is a touch screen, so I might be able to write on the screen. 3 add 5, easy peasy, that's 8. No regrouping there. 8 ones is perfectly okay to go in the ones. 6 tens add 7 tens. Now that's probably looking like it's going to need some regrouping. 6 tens add 7 tens. Well, 6 is made up of 3 and 3, and I could do 7 add 3 is 10, and then 3 more. 13 tens. 13 tens is 130, so I've regrouped 100, and I've got 30. Not 30 tens, I've got 30 or 3 tens. Super. 10 add, not 10, 100 add 300 is 400. 400 add another 400 is 800. And 38. If you did the expanded method and did all of them separately, make sure you get that answer as well. And the last one here is a tricky one. We haven't ever seen anything like this before. We will come on to fractions next week, but fractions is something that is really, really easy. So this, we will talk about this in detail next week, but when you see something like this, two numbers with a line in the middle, that line usually means, it doesn't usually mean, that line does mean divide, and that 4, we'll talk about all these technical terms next week, I don't want to blow your mind just yet. That 4 means what you're dividing by. This line means divide, and that bottom number, which is going to be called the denominator, is what you're dividing your whole by. And this top number just shows you how many parts you want. So we want to divide the whole number by into 4 parts, and I only want one of those parts. So it said 1/4 of 12. So 12 is my whole number in this example. 12 is I've got everything and I want to divide it by 4 to get one of my parts. Again, it sounds complicated, and I will go through fractions properly next week. So this one, line 4, means a quarter, and a quarter just means something split into 4. Where's the pen? 1, 2, 3. That's another way of showing quarters. And this 1 means that I just want to know what 1 quarter is. I split it into quarters, I split it into 4 parts, and I just want to know what 1 quarter is out of 12. So if I was to split 12 into 4 parts, if you know your times tables really well, you know that 3, add 3, add 3, add 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. 1/4 of 12 is 3. Again, don't worry if that's too tricky. We will go through fractions properly from the beginning. Super. Right. A quick lesson today on the bit of subtraction, and then you guys can have a go at some questions. Shouldn't take too long today. Okay. So we'll go through some easy. So subtraction just means we're taking away. Our number's going to be getting smaller. For the example here, 58, take away 4. I'm taking away 4 ones from 8 ones. I've got 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm taking away 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll have 4 ones left. Tens stays exactly the same. 54. Easy peasy. If you want to have a go at some simple subtraction, there are some questions here for you to do. Really simple. Again, we're just taking away ones. This one here, 55, take away 14. You take away your ones, and then you can take away your tens. If that Dean's method is too tricky, you can always draw yourself a little number line. Start with your number and count back. Nora's come to join. You okay, baby? So yeah, there's that number line. So you could do, you could put what was it, 50, 55, and then you could count back 14. If that was easier for you. That's simple subtraction. Let's go on to if the numbers get a little bit bigger, and we might have to use some column method. But usually, if you're just taking away ones or taking away tens, you should be able to do those quickly mentally or just with some quick jottings. When it gets trickier is when we have larger numbers. Let's have a look at some of those now. Here we are. Right, I will you can let it in focus to have a look at. There were 975 beads in the jar. Emma used 723 beads to make some necklaces. How many beads are left? That word there, how many were left, usually means that we're taking away. And one top tip for subtraction is that you have to get your numbers in the right order. This is our starting number. We're starting with this many, and we're taking away this many here. So how would we go about doing that? Because a number line method is going to be really, really tricky. We might be able to get away with a bit of a partitioning method. And we might be able to use a column method as well. I'll put that onto the screen for you guys. Give me a second. Copy. Right, there we are. Again. So, I said you might be able to get away with a partitioning method. So we're starting with this number here, 975. to write on this with a mouse. And we're taking away from this number, we're taking away 723. So number 7, 20, and 3. So I'd still probably start and do my ones first. I could do 5, take away 3. That would be 2. I could do 20, take away 70. Not 20, take away 70. 70, take away 20. That's why it's really, really important that we're always taking away from our top number. Is 50. And 900, take away 700 is 200, and I can put that all together. That's one method of doing it. However, it's going to take up a lot of room, and you might be tempted to start with your hundreds first, and that might make you make a mistake. Or you might take the wrong numbers, like I did. But still, if you do it right and you do it correctly and you follow a good systematic method, you will get a right answer. You can put all that back together, and I'd have 252. It seems about right. I've got a smaller number as my answer. Are you stuck? Oh dear. 2 seconds.
Oh no.
I'm back. Let's have a look at another method. Super. We've seen this with our adding, but because we're not adding anything, we're taking away. We don't need those. We don't need 2 sets of deans. We just need to make our number that we're subtracting from, the 975. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need to take away from here. I shall, and you can see that they've already started their column method as well. See how everything's in the same units. It looks fairly similar, but what we do obviously is taking away rather than adding. Let's do this on the screen so you guys can see it a bit more practically. Right, so we have 1, 2. I've grouped mine into groups of 3. Why do you think I've grouped mine into groups of 3? In my hundreds, I've grouped them in 3s because 3 lots of 3 is 9. What was it? 975. Yes, 901. It takes a bit of time, but hopefully it shows you a bit of your place value knowledge as well. 2. Right, so that's what you've got there. I can just manipulate this. I can just take things away a little bit easier on this. So we're subtracting 723 from my 975. Let's do what they've done. Let's run the column. Let's see how that looks in column method as well. 9, 7, 5. Take away, get your symbol in. 723. So we, whoa, bit of a wonky line. Again, ones, tens, and hundreds, and we're taking away this time, so you won't see two sets of numbers. You'll just start with one, and you're going to take away, so that shows that our number's going to be getting smaller. Again, always start with the ones, and it was 5 ones we've had, and we're taking away 3 ones. So what I can do with those ones is just cross them out. Cross out 3. So I'm taking away 3. 5, 4, 3, 2. And I've got 2 ones left over. Super, done. Nothing else to do in that column. Tens. I had 7 tens and I'm taking away 2 tens. And I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tens left over, really simple stuff. 900s, take away 700s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and take off that one there. And I'll have 2 left over. 752, easy peasy. Either have a go, make yourself some beans, draw them, and take them away like I have, or have a go with just a column in your head, or do both. Let me throw you up some questions for you to do. Have a go at these. There's 2 to do there. Pause those and do those ones, and there's 3 here that you could set out yourself, see if you can still set them out in those nice column methods. Have a go and do same method as well. Have a go at those 5 questions, those 2, those 3. Super, we'll go on to something a little bit trickier now. Some, not regrouping, but renaming. Let's see how we're doing. Right, I'll quickly whiz through this and then I'll let you guys have a go. So renaming simply means, so let's go back to the question that we did here. It was quite easy because the numbers that I was taking away, it worked out. I didn't imagine if I was to take away 6 ones. Well, on the face of it, I wouldn't be able to do that because I've only got 5 ones. However, there is a mathematical way of doing this. Let's have a look. Have a go at this in focus. Have a go on your own. What would you do here if it was, so here we've got 1 1. I'm trying to take away 6 ones. How do we get that done? Picture that 1 1 in the ones column. How am I going to take away 6 more ones? $831, take away 26. Let's have a look. Let me lock this. All those. What was it? 8. 831. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, this is not working now. 30, 3 tens, and 1 1. Right, my first part was 1, and I've got to take away 26. 821, 31. Take away 26. So the first one is I've got 1 1, yes, and I'm taking away 6. So I can't do 6 take away 1 because that's not what I'm doing. I have to start with a number that I've got and taking away from that number. So I don't have 6 ones, and I'm not taking away 1 1. I've got 1 1. I've got to take away 6 ones. Well, let's have a go. I'll take away this one. I've got no more ones to take away from. Not a problem. What we can do is something called regrouping. So I have an abundance of tens in my tens column. So what I can do with these 110 is rename it. Instead of calling it 110, I could call it 10 ones. I just draw those in. So I could take this and rename it as 10 ones, and once it's in the ones column, it can't look like this. I have to draw it out as 10 ones. 9, 10. Now I can do 10, add 1 is 11, take away 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I just need you to help me. I'm going to be late. I need to get the plan out.
Pause there.
sorry for interruption, but so Christian, would you just I think I was going to go to museum. I was going to go to the shop with her. So I don't know what time. Would you just obviously let her know about milk, do a milk for her, and then help with lunch? I think she's going to make something, but just be on standby. You got to come out and everything. And I'll keep you updated on what time I'll be back. I'm working at like 3. That's the call. But be busy. I've got milk, I've got coffee, juice. I'll come in. They're a bit scabby, but they're lovely. Am I round the back? Right. Well, I'm off. Christian's on standby. Yeah, he's got still got help with all milk and lunch and stuff. He's got the pram out. Thanks. Mwah. Love you. Bye, gorgeous baby. Love you. Go. Grandma, please. Yeah, I'll let you know. Bye bye. Love you.
Bye bye. Back again. No, I had a nappy change situation. Sorry about that. Yes, we did have 1-1 and we had to rename one of the 10s because we couldn't take 6 ones from 1-1. So I renamed 1-10, and when I renamed that 10, obviously there are now only 2 10s in there, so to show that my column method, I cross out my 3 and rename it with just a 2 because I've only got 2 10s. 6 ones now take away 11 ones is, sorry, 11 ones take away 6 ones is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 ones there. Add my 1 that I've already got, 11. Take away 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just 2 10s take away 2 10s, there's no 10s, and I've 800 take away nothing. 805. Super. Anything else to get done there? No, I think the next one is if we have to regroup from rename from the hundreds. So this one here is 500 and 608 take away 135. Let's have a look at that. Six hundred and eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 600. No tens and 8 ones. I'll just draw these because it's too tricky to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 608. Take away 135. Take away 135. So I start my ones as always. And 8 ones, take away 5 ones, that should be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got 3 ones left over. Now I've got no tens. I've got to take away 3 tens. This is going to be tricky, but not to worry because I can regroup. I can rename. All the terms are very similar. I can rename one of my hundreds and name it as not 100 but 10 tens. So that 100 was there, and from a 600, so now I can rename that as 10 tens. I haven't got rid of it. I'm going to rename it as 10 tens. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I need to show that on my column method by crossing out the 600s, and now it is 510. 1, 0, 10 tens. Now I can take away 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. And I have 7 tens left over. 500 take away 100 is 600. But I might give you some questions to have a go at. Again, if you need any help, you just message me, or I'll be on DB Primary, or I'll be on Zoom. So I'll copy that for you to have a go in your book. So when it says subtract, this is where the language gets tricky. Subtract 161 from 355. That 355 is your starting number. You're subtracting this from that. So that's not, you're not subtracting this. You don't start with 161. You start with the from bit. Whatever you're taking away from, that's the number you start with. It showed it there as well. Subtract 565 from 800, so that column method would be 827. Subtract, take away 565. It would look like this. We're taking this number away from this number. And there's some here for you to have a go. I'll probably do the next page as well for you guys. And that should be, so you can pause this video as I scroll through. Do all these ones. Have a go and pause that there. Go back through them. Super again. If it's super easy, not to worry.